do Cape Verdean girls date the West African guys?
In 100 women, we can find one or two women dating with them.
So very rare.
Yeah.
And why do you think that is?
Because we see them as a manjaco. We, we don't want to date those guys because most of Cabo Verdean women, we think we are not African.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't want to date with African, right?
In this video, we will ask Cape Verdean women what they think about Black Americans and Africans, which might be even more interesting.
Waiting for internship now. Start practicing.
Great.
And they have strength because they live in a foreign country.
This video is brought to you by Cape Verde Uncensored, my detailed travel guide for those who want to visit this wonderful country. There will be more information later in the video. Okay, so who am I here with?
Carla.
And where are you from?
I'm from Picos, but I live in Tarrafal.
Okay, so what do you think about Black Americans?
Cuts.
Hello, and who am I speaking with?
Jessica.
Jessica. And so where are you from?
I'm from Chad, Cape Verde, right?
Okay, now what do you know about Black Americans, or what do you think about Black Americans?
Well, the perception we got about Black American here in Cape Verde is all coming from movies, media, social media, and those kind of stuffs. So what I think about Black American is that they are such a powerful people and they have strength because they live in a foreign country, as I can say like that. They're black, they're different, and I think that they've been through a lot every day.
Do you know who Black Americans are?
My name is Katia Andrade.
And what do you do?
I'm English study.
Okay.
Actually, I just waiting for internship now.
Okay.
Start practicing.
Great. So what do you know about Black Americans or African Americans?
The first thing that comes to my mind is about culture and policies, but it's something that I really don't know because it's not my culture. That's I believe that's understandable. But when you talk about black people,
Yeah.
it's more easy for me to say. But I have a little notion about Black American, what I used to see in movies.
Okay. And so what do the movies show you about Black
Mainly
Americans?
the poor side of
Okay.
the story, the periphery,
Yeah.
because it's the way is where they live.
Okay.
It's difficult to live in the big towns and be rich and those kind of things. So it's related to crimes, the ones that are arrested
Okay.
by committing some crimes, but most of the time they are not guilty. They are innocent.
Yeah.
And it's what we see mostly in movies.
Do you think that the movies and media are giving you an accurate impression of Black Americans?
Well, when you go there and you see with your eyes, you see that there is a difference between the social media image about them and the reality. Because I think that the movies we saw, they are giving us more negative aspects. And when you go there and you see with your eyes what's like truly happening, you see that it's not like the same thing as the movie. There's not always that kind of violence we see in the movies. But I think that it's on the same line.
Do you see any positive impressions of Black Americans in the media?
Positive, yes, I see. Mainly some personalities. We have actors, we have actors.
Yeah.
They're Black Americans,
Yeah.
I believe.
They are, probably.
At least they're Black people.
Yeah.
And they have, they did actually a big differences. I'm referring to Oprah, for instance.
Yeah.
Will Smith, some names that comes to my mind.
Yeah.
We have Mandela.
So have you been to the United States?
Yeah.
And so what was your experience with Black Americans when you met them in the United States?
Sometimes you feel like home because, I mean, we are the same color and that connect us to each other. But sometimes you get treated in a different way because even though you're Black, you're not American like them. So I think that there's just a little difference.
So, what are the cultural differences between Black Americans and Cape Verdeans? Let's dig deeper to find out. Okay, so who am I speaking with?
You're speaking with me, Jenny.
And how old are you?
I'm 20.
Okay, why do you look so young?
Because here in Cape Verde, most of Cape Verdians looks young, you know.
Now, what are the differences between the Cape Verdean culture and the Black American culture?
Well, I think they're kind of the same because we were colonized by Portugal and like we are mixed by Europeans and Africans. So I think it's kind of same, yeah.
You can spend 20 years here in Cape Verde, and you move to America, and you become a Black American. You start to behave in a different way in one year, for example. You spend 20 years in Cape Verde, and you move to America, and you start to behave in a different way from the way you are used to behave in Cape Verde.
Okay, so moving to America makes people change.
Of course, of course.
Do they change in a good way?
I think so, in a very good way.
Here in Cape Verde, we have a chill lifestyle. We like to. I'm not saying that they don't have a chill lifestyle, but it's more different here because we like to parties and stuff like that. And there, what I see, and they like a lot to work.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that just America in general or Black America specifically?
Like the knowledge I know about Black Americans is that because I have families in America and they all just work all day and stuff like that.
Okay. So what are the changes that you notice?
For example, Cape Verdians, they don't treat well in a woman in Cape Verde. They don't treat a woman well in Cape Verde. When they move to America, they start to treat the woman different because of the law, you know, because of the law. Yeah. I think the law in America is different from Cape Verde, you know.
Yeah, I think women have more power in America than men.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
I agree with you. And the law helps.
Okay. So, okay. Is that the only thing?
Yeah.
What are the differences between the Cape Verdean culture and the Black American culture?
So I think that Cape Verdean culture is very unstable. So we got a lot of influences from other places like Brazil, Cape America. So I think that the black culture there suffers a lot of instability, but I think that we copy them sometimes. So it's
So, what are the things you copy from Black America?
so the young people, the young boys, they copy the walk style,
walk style?
the walk style.
Okay, so how do they walk?
I don't know why they walk, but they do like some kind of moves with the shoulders and legs and something like that. I really don't know how to improve right now.
Okay. Now, would you ever live in the United States long term? Like, would you ever move there to live?
No. I've been there for vacation, and I don't think I will be living there because the system it's different. I'm not used to. In America, I think that one of the most important things is it's the money. But where I came from here in Cape Verde, we do care about money. But as you can see in the streets, people are more like comfortable with sitting and spending what they have with families and friends and vibing and partying. And then the next day, the Lord will provide. So I think that it's gonna be difficult and there's gonna be a cultural shock because we might be the same color, we might be the same people, but we have different education. So I don't think I would see myself living in America because I'm not ready for the system there.
It's capitalism lifestyle they have there because work to buy, don't just want to work to waste money. I don't like to live like that because to waste money you need to work a lot and I don't like to work a lot.
Okay. Would you ever live in the United States?
Yes, why not?
Well, why would you?
Because I want to know more about Americans, and because the culture, there are a lot of culture there because people go from worldwide. Yeah, because of the vibe as well.
Do you know anyone who lives in the United States?
Yes.
And so what do they tell you about living in the United States?
Like, they said that it was hard because of the way of living there. It's a lot of work. Yeah.
I believe it's a good place for opportunity. And actually not for living like the rest of my life.
Yeah.
But I see those kind of place only a place to go, to work hard, and then to come to live in my own country.
Yeah.
Because come on, guys, this is a wonderful country.
Yeah.
Maybe you don't have time enough to take advantage of this because you are kind of working now.
Yeah.
But I believe it's one of the most amazing places to live. Every place has dangers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
here we have less. Here we can go walk freely. It depends of the time and the places, of course, like in every place in every country. But here in Cabo Verde, I feel freely to walk.
One of the biggest differences between Black American and Cape Verdean culture is in racial identity and classification. While many Americans cling to the outdated one-drop rule where everyone with even the littlest African ancestry is considered completely black, most Cape Verdeans take a different approach. In fact, many of them call dark-skinned people black and light-skinned people white. However, it is unclear if this is just a language barrier or reflective of a radically different concept of race and identity. Let's ask these ladies what they think about these more controversial issues. Good.
Não está bom solo, it's branca, you need to white, you need it sun. It's the white. So you just black.
Oh, did I even ask about that? Hold on. There's a whole set of questions I forgot. Are Cape Verdeans black or white?
We're not white, definitely. We're not white. I think we are black. We really are black. With a lot of type of shades and tones, but we are black.
Cabo Verdeans, are you guys black or white?
We are black people, of course. We are black people, actually.
Sometimes we play with each other, and the lighter skinned ones we call white. And then we be doing the jokes like, oh, you black, it's just because you're black, I'm white. But I think that most of it, it's just playing. I think we're conscious, we have the consciousness that we are black.
It's a good question because I know that there's many of us that don't consider them at least Africans.
Oh.
It's something interesting that does not make sense actually.
Okay, so let me be a little bit more clear. So you guys see yourself as black, but not African.
Yes, some of us because you know your color. Don't lie. You are not white.
Yes.
Or black.
Yeah.
But when it comes to African, I believe it's because we actually, when you see the map, we're not exactly so close to the African continent.
Okay.
Maybe it's one of the reasons that some of the I don't know about their mindset. They think that we're not so African because of different behaviors that we have,
Okay.
of cultural code dress that we don't have. If you see, we dress like I dare to say maybe European, like normal thing, and you
Western.
have we have those kind of African countries that dress different,
Yeah.
colorful clothes with different colors. Kind of, I don't even know the name of the
Kente, maybe? Kente cloth? Now, are Cape Verdeans African?
Yes, we are African. A lot of people don't think so, but we are African. I mean, we were colonized by Portuguese people, but we did have a lot of black people here. So we came from slaves.
Okay, so that's actually a similarity with Black America. Do you consider Black Americans to be African or something else?
They are African. We cannot throw that apart. But sometimes a lot of them lose their identity. I mean, being living in a different country for a long time and reproducing there, I think that you might lose a part of your culture, a part of your identity. But they are African.
Okay, are Cape Verdeans more African or more European?
I think more Africans, you know, because our songs, our culture is more like Africans than Europeans.
Okay, so which culture do you think is closer to Cabo Verdeans? European culture or African culture?
I think African. Yeah.
Me personally, before going to university, I had this kind of different mindset. I know that I was African, but you know, I'm not like them. You see, you say I'm not like them.
Yeah.
I'm not so dark like them. I don't behave like this.
Yeah.
You know, I don't eat with my hands.
Yeah.
Only I was children, but it's okay. But then I went to university. I had some class of literatures, British literature, American literature, and Indian African literature. And I had a good professors that taught me and that brought those kind of concepts. We are Africans. That helped me a lot to see the different scenario of the story behind it. Because what we learn in high schools, it's African sometimes culture, but it's kind of European perspective.
Cape Verdean identity sometimes follows a geographic divide. In the northern San Pedro Islands, people are more likely to identify with Europe, while the southern Baguio Islands feel closer to Africa. The western islands of Sal and Boa Vista are a mix of both. Let's dig deeper into the topics of race, identity, and dating. Okay. Is there any type of like discrimination in Cabo Verde?
Yes, yes. First of all, we discriminate Cabo Verdeans with Cape Verdians because sometimes, just because we are light skinned, we think we are not Cabo Verdeans, we think we are not Africans, and we discriminate people who had black skin.
Okay.
And that's enough.
You mean foreigners like Senegalese?
Yes, yes. People from Senegal, they suffer a lot with Cape Verdeans.
Really?
They suffer a lot. We have a lot of discrimination, not only with people from Senegal, but uh, people from uh, Guinea and Ghana and Africans at all.
West African people?
Yes.
Is there any type of like discrimination in Cape Verde between the different skin colors?
I don't think so. We are all the same.
So what types of things do they experience here?
For example, those guys who sell their things in their ends, we Cape Verdean, we discriminate them because of the type of the work they do.
How? How do you discriminate against them?
Mm, Me personally, I never do. I never do, but I saw people doing.
What did you see? What did you see people doing?
Saying bad words and running away from them.
Okay, so what types of words?
Manjaco, for example,
Oh, manjack.
yeah,
Okay, that's like a word for Senegalese people, right?
yeah.
Oh,
We know
interesting.
there's,
Like
yeah, there's
Mandinka.
Yes, yes, we have different tribes in. It is not even from Senegal. It's from Guinea.
Oh,
We have many tribes there, and one of the tribes is Manjak.
Manjaku.
Mandingas, we have Fula,
Ah, okay.
and
But-
we generalize. Every people from West Coast,
They become
we call them Manjak.
Manjaku.
Even if they're the only one tribe in the world.
even this Manjaco is name of of a of a tribe, but we say we look Manjaco as a bad thing, you know.
Okay. When you say people run away, what do you mean by that?
Runaway is like if you are African, for example, you are from Senegal. I don't want to have any kind of relationship with you. That what means run away.
So kind of like avoid them, like
Yeah.
like treat them like Okay, now do Cabo Verdean girls date the West African guys?
Sometimes. In 100 women, we can find one or two women dating with them.
So very rare.
Yeah.
And why do you think that is?
Because of what I said. Because we see them as a manjaco. We we don't want to date those guys because they are most of Cabo Verdean women, we think we are not African.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't want to date with African, right?
Now, would you ever date a black American?
Damn. I don't know. I mean, how can I say? The terms I've got is to date someone who has the same perspective as me. So I wouldn't care about where he's from.
Would you date a black American?
Yeah, I think so. I think because if if his family is Cape Verdean, yeah.
But that's not a Black American. That's a Cape Verdean, isn't it? Okay, let me put it a different way. So, is it important for you to like date someone who shares your Cape Verdean culture?
It is important, but because if you have our child, we're going to share that to our child. But it's cool too to have a different culture because you open always to learn about new people, new cultures.
Would you ever date a Black American?
Yes.
Okay, so if you had to date someone from a different culture, which culture would it be?
Probably I would like to date. It's not different from here, Cape Verde, but I like to date the Guinean people.
Guinea.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I think like their lifestyle. I like a lot of the Guineans. So
Okay, that brings up a new thing. So what is the Guinean culture?
like what I see is similar to here, but I'm just saying the difference I know is like the culture, like food and stuff. So I'm okay. Wait, I need to organize my.
No problem. What about you? Would you ever date a Manjaku?
Don't do that.
I don't think we have a lot difference with with the Guineas because we share our past is really wait.
Yeah. If I don't know about tomorrow.
Yeah.
For me, for me, everything is about feeling.
That name is so funny, Manjaku. I don't know why.
We don't know about tomorrow because for me, dating a guy must be about love, about feelings.
Yeah.
One day I can fall in love with an African. Yes, a Manjaco, for example.
Okay, so if you had to pick between a Cape Verdean guy and a Black American guy, which one would you pick?
It depends, because sometimes the Cape Verdean guys are very sexist. Sometimes.
Oh, really?
I think it's because the culture. They made the man look like these stereotypes. They made him look strong, do not cry, you're the boss, like that. But it's not everybody, and nowadays things changed. So I really don't know.
But would Black Americans be Manjaku?
No, no. No, of course not.
Tourist.
Yeah. Black American, in Cape Verde, we call them tourists. But Manjaco is for those who come to live here, to sell those things, to survive.
Would you ever date a Black American?
Now, I'm sorry, I cannot. I would say that I'll not. The word never is heavy because now I'm dating.
No.
Oh! Somebody! Oh! He needs some milk!
If you had to choose between a Black American and a Cabo Verdean guy, which one would you pick?
Both.
Both.
If I had a doubt, both.
Okay, so these are the last two guys on Earth. They're the only men left. One Black American, one Cabo Verdean. And you can only pick one. Which one would you pick?
A Black American.
Why?
Because I have tried Cabo Verdean, and I will give a chance to know Black American.
Okay. Now, what about a Black American or white American?
Black American, of course.
Why?
Because I prefer black men than white men. Yeah.
Why?
I can date anyone from any country. Like I don't mind.
Now, are you single?
Yes, I am.
Now, if a Black American guy wanted to take you to America, would you go to America to date him? Or if he came here to date you, would you date him?
Yeah, but it depends. Um, as I said before, everything is about feeling. If I feel something for you, it's okay. I don't have any problem. I will date Black American.
Okay.
No problem. I can date even with Chinese if I love him.
You might regret that one. Okay, that was good.
So,
So, is there any other words for people from West Africa? As like any other words they have?
The most common is manjako. Yeah.
and even Manjaku, they don't like to be called Manjaku.
Do you have real people that are actual Manjaku here?
Of course, we have.
What about if you call the real Manjaku?
They don't want to be called by the tribes.
What do they want to be called?
Because they know the word manjako is a
Another name that we got amigo, which is friend.
Amigo.
Amigo. Oye, amigo.
Amigo.
but they accept
That's Spanish, not
amigo.
French. Amigo.
Amigo.
French?
Portuguese.
Amigo, friend.
Amigo, my friend. Friend, meu amigo.
No, French is ami.
Amigo.
French is ami. Spanish is amigo.
Portuguese is amigo.
Oh, okay, so it's Portuguese.
So, if you call them amigo,
It's like
it
it's
is
because they're
they know it
Senegalese.
is from Senegal.
Ah, okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
And if you call them amigo, same thing, almost everything as calling them manjaco, because
They know
that
it.
discriminate.
It makes them feel like they're different,
Yeah.
kind of.
And it means that I don't want to call you manjaco because I know you don't like, but
Yeah.
I'm calling you another question.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about Nigerian people here?
They're manjaco too.
Yeah.
All of them are manjacos.
But I like Nigerian. I like Nigerian just because they speak English and I want to learn English. I like them.
Okay, so what are
I
the
also like people from Senegal. I like everybody.